If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Menlo College Wrestling Edition, and my guest for this week's show is none other than senior wrestler on the women's wrestling team, Solove Naufahu. Solove, thanks so much for joining me on the show. You're welcome. Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. You're back here at Menlo College for your final year of eligibility wrestling. Are you excited for what lies beyond Menlo College in the future?
Yes, I am. Right now I'm just living in the moment and just experiencing my senior year, but I am excited to live outside, of Menlo College, and I'm still deciding on what I want to do, whether that be continue wrestling, maybe for the Army. I've always had the dream of joining the Army, and so maybe I'll wrestle for them, not sure yet.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
What about going back home?
No.
No.
I love Hawaii. I'm your typical island girl, but there's just more opportunities out here in the Bay Area, and I just need to be able to build my name here, build my resume and my brand here first before going back home and settling.
For sure. Now, you have a close bond, I'm sure, with many of the other Hawaiian students at Menlo College. So there's a large amount of you folks from Hawaii that come here to Menlo. So what is the bond like? What is your relationship with other students from Hawaii?
Like you said, we do have a lot of Hawaii students here at Menlo. My bond is pretty close to them. There's a lot of them, so I'm not close to every one of them. I took a break last year and I came back and there was way more than I expected, and so, but just being able to know that they're from Hawaii, they're from home. I have that little home between us. Like every time I see them around campus, I smile, they smile. It's a little, hey, how's it going? And it feels good. But everyone does that at Menlo already. They're very nice, but it feels extra special knowing that they're from the islands too.
Yeah. Now, I know a few years ago when Menlo's first ever rugby team was starting up, club team, you were involved with that in some capacity. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, I like rugby probably even more than wrestling, just
really?
Because, yeah, I think it's a tough sport. I always try to think of which sport is tougher, wrestling or rugby, and I'm still debating. I debate it with everyone I come across and talk about rugby with, but I really enjoyed helping the team out. I was kind of like their manager / team mom. I would go with them to tournaments. We went to Santa Rosa and we had a tournament there, helped them out a lot. We had a lot of boys that transfer over from the football team when they got cut and to the rugby team, and they were just so good, really good. They didn't even expect to be that good, and some of the guys that didn't really shine on the football team were able to come on the rugby team and shine and show their talents, and it was just such a great experience to see them learn about rugby and how they can use their body in different ways other than football.
All right, Solove, let's start talking about your second love a little bit now, and that is wrestling, since rugby is maybe just a little bit on top of that. The Oaks most recently competed in the Oregon Classic Women's Open. 12 different Oaks placed in their respective weight classes, including you. Is this the deepest Menlo team you've been a part of?
Yes, 100% yes. We've been growing so much, and my coach, Joey Barang, when it was his first year here, I was also a freshman, and that was my first time meeting him. He didn't even recruit me, and that team had only 7 girls on it, and so it was rough starting in the beginning, and now we're a big, huge family, and we're all tough, tough. We all have, in a weight class, we may have 3 different girls in a weight class, and all of them are just really great, strong, tough girls and smart. And so when we rode to home tournaments, like Rockland or the Oregon Classic and things like that, it just feels so great because we're able to travel as a big team, and I know that I have sisters supporting me and they cheer me on before I get in the mat, and I just feel so encouraged. I feel strong there with them.
Yeah. And it seems like some of your best performances this season have also come against some of the top performers in the nation, across the country, from other schools. Is there added motivation for you ladies to perform when you're going up against the best?
Yes, because we know we're the best and we're just so close. We're number 4 4th rank in the nation right now, and we're just right there, and we just need to be able to push through, and that's what we do in the room, and we tell each other, we're number 4? No, we're number 1. Yeah. And we just go for it, and we tell each other, like, hey, we need to get there, and number 4 is just disrespectful, and we deserve more.
That's been a theme of what I've heard a lot from you ladies this season, is that when the opening rankings came out, you guys were, I think, number 10 in the nation, and you weren't very happy about that, and you still have been wrestling with a chip on your shoulder all season long to try and get into that top spot.
Yeah, we like to be the underdogs, and it's fine. The underdogs, they always rise up because hard work, comes out to light, and so we're fine with it. We are rocking with it because we know in our hearts and our minds that we're the best.
And you're showing it as of late. Now you get down to the stretch here in the schedule. The last couple of events are on tap. It becomes a real test to your endurance and how you're holding up over the course of a long season. What have you found over your time here at Menlo that helps the recovery process when you get to this stage in the year?
Well, here at Menlo, for wrestling, and I don't only say this for wrestling, but just in any sports or any aspect in life, it's very important to take care of your body and most importantly, the mind. And so, sometimes for some of us, this wrestling season and being a student, it can feel very long, and some of us need a break, because our mind, we break down, we have our breakdowns, and our bodies break down too. Like some of us have a lot of injuries and are sitting out this next tournament just because they can't wrestle. And, our trainers are just great, and the athletics training
staff, sports performance staff.
There you go. They're really good, and they know how to take care of us, and they're always constantly reminding us, hey, your body is very important. And just the sports staff too, they are there for us mentally, and they prepare us. And right now we're in phase 3 of our wrestling season, where the intensity level has boosted up to the highest so that we can peak at nationals. So we've been waking up every Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the morning to practice at 5:15. And every Wednesday after that practice, we have this little meditation, like 10 to 15 minutes of just meditating with our team, and that's really important for our minds.
I don't know how you're able to get up at 5 o'clock every single morning.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think I'm gonna knock out after this.
That's going to be the one thing you might be looking forward to if you take a little bit of a break from wrestling after Menlo, not having to wake up at 5 in the morning every single day. I hate waking up at 7 o'clock just to get up in the morning.
You have to wake up at 7?
Well, they'll go work out before I come into work.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but still, I don't want to get up at 7. That's a struggle.
Well, that's good.
For you, that's sleeping in. Yeah, but for you, that's sleeping in.
Yeah.
You take 7 o'clock any day of the week.
Yeah.
The Bearcat Open is in Lebanon, Illinois, and that's up next. It's the final tournament of the year before nationals. You said a couple of people are banged up, so maybe not wrestling. So what is the team hoping to get out of this tournament?
Like every other tournament, we are just trying to, climb that ladder. Number 4, we're gonna try and be number 1 right now. And if we don't get it, it's fine, because we do like to be the underdogs, but also to hold our positions. A lot of us are ranked, and we need to hold that position, either to hold that, like say I'm number 6 right now. I need to hold that position and not go lower than 6. Or the goal is to get higher so that I have a better seat at nationals.
Now, after the Bearcat Open, Southern Oregon comes into town. The final duel of the year, the final event, final home match, final everything. That'll be your final one at home as well. What's it like performing in front of the home crowd at Menlo for the final time in a year?
Oh, I never experienced that for the final time of the year.
For the final time for your career, no, but you've done it at the end of a year before.
Yes, I did. And just yesterday, I had my last wrestle off of my college wrestling career. And so feeling that, I feel good about it, and I can't wait for SOU to come down and so that I can wrestle in front of my family. I have a lot of family here in the Bay, and I'm going to invite them. And just being able to showcase, what us women wrestlers do, because a lot of, the school, they don't really know what exactly wrestling is yet. Some of them do, but it's good to show the school, hey, this is what we do, this is what we're working hard for, and this is us.
Absolutely. All right, Solove, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 random off-the-wall questions. You give me your best answers.
Okay.
Question number 1, which teammate is the biggest book nerd?
I have to say Angnik. Do you know Angnik?
Yes.
Yes. She's a nerd, and she loves reading books, and especially about her people and equality, and so I would say Angnik.
And she's from Alaska, correct?
Yes, she is.
So sometimes I'm imagining she doesn't have much else to do other than to read books when she's up at home, I would imagine.
Or hiking. She loves hiking. But
hiking is a great thing to do also.
She takes the books on her hikes, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Question number 2, which teammate is most likely to invent something?
I would have to say Alexa. She's very curious about things, and she loves thinking of new ways to do things, and so she's very bright like that. If I have to say, yeah, it would be Alexa.
Okay, and then question number 3, if going back in time, which teammate is most likely to fit in with older times?
That's a hard question, because I feel like a lot of us we all have a part of old soul in us, but if I had to say someone, I think it would be Isabel, because yes. So you know Isabel, right?
Of course I do. She's hoppy.
Yes, and just the way she dresses, it's so cute and so olden days.
Yeah,
and so
I could see that.
I dig it though. I dig it, and she matches and everything. Like I feel like, yeah, I love her and her style.
Matching, and it's always eccentric as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and
That's
her
the best
makeup,
part.
everything, and yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Solove, thank you so much for joining me on the show. I really appreciate it. You're very welcome. Folks, the final events of the year starting to come up for wrestling, men's and women's wrestling. The Missouri Valley Open is up for men's wrestling this weekend on the 19th and the 20th, and the Bearcat Open in Lebanon, Illinois is on tap for Menlo College women's wrestling. Their final road tournament of the year before they go back home, Southern Oregon, next weekend. Friday inside Haynes Prim Pavilion, 5 o'clock for the women's duel and 7 o'clock for the men's duel. We invite you to tune into next week's show when Solove Naufahu will select the next interviewee on Unrooted Wrestling Edition. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby.